Welcome back, eSIM Studios podcast, live stream episode number 221. My name is Taylor Bell. Thank you for joining us today. Have some good news for Pixel owners, Pixel lovers out there. We got a story on Google Pixel, and we'll see what else is out there in the news. I've had a busy day. I did the case review. Thin-born case review for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Very, very nice case. Love these cases. Just uploaded that a few minutes ago. As we continue to grind on this Friday. So, welcome to the show. It is the live stream. We do discuss technology topics here on the live stream. Excuse me. If you miss any part of this, check out eSIM Studios' YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search in eSIM Studios. We will pop up. Also, I upload all of these all of these shows in the audio form, so you can take us on the go. So, if you're running errands, if you're doing chores around the house, hit up Apple Podcasts, hit up Spotify, hit up YouTube Music, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio app. All of the podcast applications carry eSIM Studios podcast. We're holding strong at the 10th best, or I guess most popular tech podcasts in the world. So you found the right spot if you love technology. Now, it's not going to be a long show today, rather quick. We've got stuff going on, but let's get into it, shall we? Now, Google Pixel. Let me welcome everybody. Daniel, what's going on, man? Brian, thank you very much for joining us today. Do all of you, I think y'all have Pixels, right? I'm trying to think of what cases I have here. We're going to do a giveaway. And I didn't promote it, did I? Damn it, I forgot to do that. Why don't we do this? Let me do a community post right now so I can remind everybody, and I'm going to push back the giveaway for tomorrow. Let's do that. So let me do a community post right now so I don't forget. I hold my feet to the fire so everybody can be aware that we're going to do a giveaway tomorrow, and I'll push it back for tomorrow. I think I did not really promote it. Giveaway on tomorrow's live stream, Saturday, October, what's today, 18th, so October 19th. Yeah, I put 2025, 2024. Don't miss it. So we'll do it tomorrow. Let me. I'm gonna promote it, and we'll do the giveaway tomorrow. But have you checked out the prices on the Snapdragon X Elite machines, the laptops? Got really, really low. I think I'm about to pull the trigger. I went to Best Buy. They have half off. Literally half off. You can get a brand new Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge with the Snapdragon X Elite 14 or 16 inch. Literally half off. So instead of like $1,300, I think it's $600 or $700. I saw that today and I was like, whoa. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger. I think I'm gonna get one. I don't know. Maybe it'll make for good content here on YouTube. You were too? Daniel says he was just searching Surface Snapdragon. Ooh, that's a good one. You know, I haven't... okay, so Best Buy, they have the... Actually, shit, let's look right now. Where I'm live, so let's go. Let's go to Best Buy. I think am I signed in? And then we'll get into the news, but let me look at this real quick. I'm not promoting any... I mean, I guess I am promoting it, but they didn't pay me, but I'm just trying to pass on good deals. Let me see. Am I signed in? I think I am. Yeah, I'm signed in. Account. Oh shit, let me sign in real quick. Okay. Now that I'm signed in, let's go. Let me share the screen and we'll all look real quick. And then we'll get to the show. Present screen, Best Buy. Okay. So here is, let me move myself here. There we go. 1 terabyte Surface laptop, $14.99. Lord have mercy, $13.99. Yeah, I think I am. Jump on it, dude. I've been wanting one so bad ever since they first came out. I was like, damn, that's it. Now Lenovo has a good one. The with the X Elite, the Lenovo Slim 7X. Now that one's probably the best Snapdragon X Elite laptop to get. It has the best chip in there. You know, they made like 4 or 5 variants of it. The Lenovo's got the best chip. Now, it's only a 90 hertz display. I say only, and I believe, I don't know if it's AMOLED. It might be. But the Samsung one is perfect for me. I love Samsung products, but it encompasses Samsung Notes, all these Samsung apps in there. You can use your phone as a webcam, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, it has a 4K AMOLED display at 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, I don't know. I've heard they've gotten better. So they've had some compatibility issues with the ARM chipset in there. Like some of the, how I edit videos. I use Canva for all my thumbnails and graphics. I use CapCut for video editing. I think they've had issues with CapCut. I know DaVinci Resolve has a beta version out that you can use that works with the X Elite. I've never used DaVinci Resolve. But I would obviously have to. Now you can edit and do you can edit videos and do everything in Canva. So as long as I can get a browser, it'll definitely get Chrome, a Chrome browser. I should be able to edit videos in Canva. I'll figure it out. I'm sure there's something I can use. But I've heard the compatibility has gotten better. Now it's not just with this Samsung laptop. It's with all Snapdragon X Elite, and it'll get better as time goes on. More slowly but surely. They keep on releasing BIOS updates. They keep on releasing, and they've been very dedicated to supporting these, and they have to. If they want this to continue rolling into the second generation of the Snapdragon X Elite, they're going to have to support. They cannot let this fail, basically, right? Because it got a huge boost, and I jumped on the bandwagon on these devices right out the gate. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then over time, you start watching these reviews, right? You see these reviews come out and everybody's pissed. I can't get this to work, can't get that to work. Well, I saw this sale yesterday and I was like, whoa, have they updated their devices? So I jumped on YouTube, watched a bunch of reviews. Yes, they're continually updating these. In fact, I think they released something like 4 updates in the first month. To, each update gets a little better and a little better and a little better. I think I'm going to do it. Now, let's see real quick before we get into the news. So this one is, what is it? Wow, look at that deal. $709. Oh, is that open box? Open box, good. Yeah, whatever. I'll still get it. I don't care. That's a steal. It's half off. Now, so that's for the, what is it? Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge. Let's look at the Microsoft. Is that price, Daniel? Is that the one at Best Buy that did you already look? Microsoft Surface. There it is. Let's see what this is. So I've already got it in my cart. I think I'm going to pull the trigger once this show is done, and it'll make for good content. I can make videos on it and stuff, or about it. Okay, so that one's got, that's a 13-inch, 16 gigs of RAM, Copilot Plus. So this has the Snapdragon. Doesn't it? Got to. Yeah, Copilot Plus. Don't they offer a bigger variant, though? Not much memory, though. What is the 512? $899, not bad. Originally $1,200. Let's look at the Lenovo one, because I think the ones to get, they released a number of them, right? Dell released one. Acer was slow to release one. I believe, so I've done a lot of homework on these. The ones to get, it's either the Samsung, the Lenovo, or the Microsoft Surface. So it looks like these Surfaces have not dropped that much. I mean, they're obviously cheaper, as you can tell, save $300. But when you get down to the 600, 700 range, that's time to pull the trigger if you're interested. See, I've already been searching for it. You can see what I've been searching for here. Let's go to the 7X, the Lenovo 7X, and see what we got. So here we go. 3K display. Check this out. Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X Copilot Plus, 14.5-inch display, 3K. It is OLED. Touchscreen laptop, Snapdragon X Elite, 16 gigs of RAM. Now, it is the best chip, right? Because they released, as I mentioned, a number of them, different gigahertz, right? Different variants of it. This Lenovo one has the very best in it. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge that we were just looking at, the 14-inch has the second best Snapdragon X Elite you can buy. The 16-inch Book 4 Edge from Samsung has the very best as well. Now, I don't need a 16-inch. I think 14's perfect. Rather, 14's perfect for me. 16's almost too big. 15.6 is the biggest I like to go, but 14 is perfect. Now, this one is still $11.99. So for whatever reason, it looks like the other Snapdragon X Elite machines, laptops, are basically right around this, the prices that they launched at. But for whatever reason, Samsung has just big time slashed the prices damn near in half for their Book 4 Edge. So that was the one, I narrowed it down to 3, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. I might as well at half off. They'll be gone here in the next day or two, so I'll probably do that here after this show. But let's get into the show, right? So Google released their Pixel 9 series, right? And leading up to this Pixel 9 series, I knew it was going to be a hit. I knew it. If you've been a subscriber or viewed our channel, I've said it a number of times, even leading up to this release, like I want to say like 6 months ago. You know how the pictures of this device were this Pixel were, they basically released and leaked their own photos, and they, again, we're not dumb. They do that on purpose, right? To try to get you to, if a new phone, especially when the iPhone was released, you saw all these leaks, right? From Samsung, from Google, from who else? OnePlus, right? Because they want you to, if you're on the fence, should I get the iPhone? It's basically the same phone, or should I wait? They put those pictures out there, so you say, oh wow, I like that one, I think I'm gonna wait. Well, Google did that for a long time for this Pixel 9 series, right? So I knew with the design it was going to be a hit. Now, and obviously the number one thing with Pixel is their CPU. And I was, I kind of poo-pooed it early, but using this device has been wonderful. I have had zero issues with this phone. So we knew it was going to be big. I love the design. It's a classic design, best looking Pixel ever. Minus a couple of the old school ones. I think one of my favorite Pixels, I think, was the 3A. Jesus, I had 4 3As. I had 3 of the small ones, and then I had 2 small ones and 2 big ones, because I remember I liked the color so much. I was like, well, screw it, I'm just gonna get 2. And then I got the big one because I wanted a bigger, better battery life. And they had that light purple or bluish colored 3A XL, and they're brand new. Those were like $350. Now they're up to like $500, so you can afford to grab 1 or 2 of them. I think that was my favorite Pixel, or at least the A series. But God, that was a badass phone. Pixel 3A, classic. In fact, I may see if I can find one just to fart around with. Anyways, we knew this Pixel 9 series, classic, best looking Pixel ever. So we knew it was going to sell. I just didn't know how much. Well, the numbers are in, and it looks like they've sold the most Pixel 9s ever. Or should I say, this is the best selling Pixel ever. Now, I have charts, I have evidence proving that fact. Did a little homework. I didn't just hit live, which I do sometimes. Oh, by the way, I'm going to schedule these. Side note, I'm going to schedule these every day at the same time. It's not fair to y'all, the viewer, where I go live at 3 p.m. one day. Next day I go live at 5:50. Next day I go live at 4:20. I'm going to treat this like a TV show, right? Like, and be live at whatever time every single day, like a normal TV, regularly scheduled program. And that's only fair to you. So if you're like, oh, it's getting close to, I don't know, 4 p.m., it's time for the show, you know. So I'm going to schedule these, and it will be live every single day at a certain time every single day. And I'm going to schedule my day around the show. See, now I'm doing work and I'm doing online stuff, and I'm basically treating my show secondhand, meaning like if I say, oh, I'm going to start today's show at 3, but then I'm super busy, I'll just blow past my 3 o'clock time and then go live at 6 p.m. You know, I'm going to do the opposite now. I'm going to treat this as my number one priority, and I'm going to include graphics. It's going to look like a regular scheduled TV news channel. So I'm going to have graphics, you know, kind of like yesterday how I did for the OnePlus. I was just fooling around a little bit, seeing how it looks, graphics. So I'm going to have graphics. It's going to look like a regularly scheduled news programming, except it's going to be all tech. So back to Pixel. I need y'all's input. What time is best for y'all? Does it matter? Do y'all care? Now I'm Central Standard Time, so it's 6:12 my time. What time is best for y'all? Now, I can't do morning. I am not a morning person. I can't do it. I can do it between 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, like high noon, and 6 is too late. I wouldn't say I can do it as early as 12 p.m. noon Central Standard Time. Probably 4 is the latest Central Standard Time. So anywhere between 12 and 4. I want to know y'all's input, because I would like to kind of make it easier for y'all to view as well. And again, if you miss it, you can always catch the replay. But anyways, we'll get back to that. But I'm gonna start taking this a little more serious and do like a real TV program. But Pixel. So I knew this was gonna sell a lot, because I'm a firm Pixel believer. Now, I'm not a fan. I guess, am I a fanboy? I guess I am. But I'm a fanboy of Samsung. I love Samsung products. I'm going to buy a Samsung laptop, right? I got the Flip. I buy everything Samsung. But I love Pixel. And I'm back on OnePlus, right? So I'm a fanboy, yes, but it's just a great product. So even if I wasn't a quote-unquote Pixel fanboy, I would still love these devices. And again, I recommend them. It's the perfect device for your everyday phone, meaning it takes the best photos and videos, bar none. And I've been doing a bunch of testing. It takes the best pictures, flat out. And it's just easy to use. Now, if you're a hardcore gamer, I get it. I might recommend you a OnePlus phone. But if you're just an average person, it's like my family, my whole family. They would, oh, what phone should I get? You know, my phone is old or it's not getting updates anymore. What should I get? Pixel. Hey, my screen broken. Too much to repair it. I need another phone. What should I get? Pixel. My whole family has Pixels. A series, whatever. 6A, 7A, 8A. Everybody has Pixels. Minus my sister. She got an iPhone, but you know what it is. They're just easy to use. They're dependable. They update the best. And they're just a good phone. They're dependable. It's like your trusty phone. You can do everything on here. But you know, some devices do other things better. Like I mentioned, gaming. Now, I actually am going to download a game or two on here and make a video about it. This does not get hot. Super fast, super snappy. Pictures are phenomenal. It does everything you could want, right? The average person's not a hardcore gamer. That's why I say, in fact, I just had a person the other day who I do my show with, my NFL channel. He's an iPhone user, and he's thinking about switching. Hey, what should I get? Get a Pixel. You know, it's one of those things where you just can't go wrong. Honestly, you can't go wrong. And I think slowly but surely, you see these sales numbers slowly increase. So prior to this best quarter for Google right now, and these sales numbers, the best selling Pixel, minus today's news, was the Pixel 7a, right? And actually the best selling market for Google, can anybody guess? It's not the US. It's Japan. That's correct, Japan. So apparently Google has sold a huge, and I'm talking market share, right? Not total number of pixels sold. That would probably be here in the US. But yep, Japan. But I'm talking market share, meaning percentage, right? Like if you take everybody in Japan, everybody, all the citizens, every person, the largest percentage of Pixel users are in Japan, which is shocking. And then I was like, oh, that's weird. I remember when I saw that, and I was like, well, I wonder what device they're using the most of. It's the Pixel 7a, and currently that is their highest seller of all time. So the A series is crucial for Google. Taking a little risk this year with the Pixel 9a because it doesn't look like the 9 series. They're taking the camera island, camera bar away. But it is what it'll still sell, right? It's a phenomenal product. It's a cheaper phone that does everything you need it to. Plus, they put their flagship CPU in there. But I knew we were going to get to this point because they continually put out good devices. Now, minus you're allowed to have a hiccup every now and then. Now, they haven't had total flops like with the Notes. What was it? Samsung Note 7, the one that blew up. That's a total flop. But I'm talking about total misses. Now, they haven't had misses. Now, I was just thinking about this the other day. The worst Pixel. Now, I didn't have an issue with it, my personal phone, but I did have a device in the home that was not up to par, and that was the Pixel 6 Pro. 6 Pro was the big one. That's when they released Android 12 on it, and Android 12 was buggy as hell on that phone. I don't know what it is. My 6 Pro that I had personally was perfectly fine, but our other 6 Pro in the home was buggy, always had issues. All right, so it was hit or miss with that one, but ever since then, they've had hit after hit after hit, and they've been slowly growing the brand, and that's what it takes. Now, I don't ever envision them overtaking Apple. Is it possible? Sure. But is it probable? Probably not. And that's okay. That is okay. As long as you continually have steady growth, and your market share slowly continues to grow, that's okay. Right? And what I want to get into, not today, but a little teaser, which is very interesting. Google is currently is getting sued by the government in this monopoly case. Here's food for thought. Here's something I want you to think about, and maybe we'll discuss this tomorrow. Technically, the government, if they find Google guilty, maybe they have, but if they do, they can basically break the company up however they see fit. And it's very, very possible. What if the government tells Google, you have to sell your Pixel division? Dun, dun, dun. I need that little drop. Or it goes, dun, dun, dun. Or it goes, skirt. What? Yes. The government could force Google to sell its Pixel division, meaning the Pixel, the mobile division is for sale. Meaning HTC. It could be the HTC Pixel again. It could be the, I don't know, Samsung Pixel. That's a real possibility. I don't think, and I never really, I knew I thought of it, but it hit me last night. I was like, holy shit. What if the government forced Google to, because they're breaking them up, right? They're on trial for being too big. And what happens? They force you to sell off entities that you own, or Alphabet owns. The government could tell them, you have to sell your Pixel division. Government could tell them, you have to sell your Google Fi division. Government could tell them your advertisement, you have to sell that. It's a real possibility. Or what if they told them they have to sell Android and sell Pixel separately? That would suck. That's it. I'll get into it tomorrow. I'm starting to go off on the government. The people that run the FCC, the people that make these big decisions have no freaking clue of the mobile industry at all. They are just, I'm not going to say anything bad. I want to, but I'm trying to keep this kid friendly. These people are clueless. The FCC are clueless when it comes to carriers. The FCC is clueless when it comes to mobile phone stuff. Government, if they force Google to sell Pixel or split Android and Pixel, or Google and Android, it's a possibility. They can do whatever they want. And they might. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But let's assume Android stays with Google. Let's just an entity. Let's assume Pixel stays a Google entity moving into the future. Boy, oh boy. So we have good news for everybody for next year's Pixel 10 series. That's when it takes off. So I was waiting to see what the sales numbers were going to be for this Pixel 9 series to kind of, weigh my forecast on the Pixel 10 series. Now that we know this might be, or right now, it's the best-selling Pixel ever. And I'm talking in a whole. So I'm talking Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and Pixel 9 Pro Fold. All those four phones have sold the best ever out of any other Pixel series, right? When I say series, I'm talking Pixel 6, Pixel 6 Pro, or, and I guess that includes the A series, even though the A series doesn't come out until later. I think they include that. So if you're including the Pixel 9 series as your best-selling device yet, for the quarter, I'm talking about the quarter, compared to other quarters and other sales, that means that when they introduce the Pixel 9a, I'm assuming that 9a would fall in the Pixel 9 series, and the whatever those sales totals should fall into the 9 series bucket, right, for sales. I cannot wait to see what Google has to offer with this new TSMC chip that they have that they're going to put in this Pixel 10. It's going to be an extraordinary performance boost. You're going to see extraordinary battery life. And then it's not going to be as strong, meaning it's not going to perform as high, score enormous benchmark scores as high as the A18 Pro CPU in the iPhone or the and Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. It's not going to be right up there with them or the Dimensity 9400, but it will be probably within 10% of those scores, meaning it'll be up there, right? It'll be up there, which is, I can't complain, right? It's going to blow away these Exynos-based CPUs. So that means the Pixel 10 series should sell even more because everybody's going to know this fact. Everybody's going to know it. I'm going to say it a lot. Every other YouTube channel is going to say it a lot. It's a big deal. And I think the sky is the limit for these Pixel devices. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at this. Let's look at this proof I got here. Yeah, Brian, you're exactly right. And this is in the mobile industry is a perfect example. Why don't we discuss this tomorrow? Because I got a lot of thoughts, and I actually have some case results or cases that I'll bring up and show you where they have no clue what they're talking about. And the rulings that some of these rulings that the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, makes are freaking bonehead decisions. I'll present some of that stuff tomorrow. Brian says if they want to break up an entity, they can do something about what is it? AI pack and other foreign lobbyist groups, but that would mean that they are being right. Don't want that to happen. Don't be productive. Don't be too productive, right? Lord. Yeah, that's a big issue, the lobbyists and stuff, but we'll get into that tomorrow. So look at this real quick. So here's a chart. I want to show you something. So here we have the chart. Now, what is it? Well, now, what chart is this, right? So this is from a company called Counterpoint. Counterpoint is, all they do is track mobile sales or mobile industry sales. So what you're seeing here is those bars. So the bar on the left with the multicolored bar is third quarter 2021. And then you have second from the left, third quarter of 2022. And then you have third quarter of 2023. And on the very right, you have third quarter of 2024. So it's specifically looking at these 4 months that are in the third quarter of each year, right? So you're talking about what is that? June, July, August, and September. Now, these are the most crucial months. The most crucial months for the phone industry because you have Samsung. Well, I guess they released theirs in January, the Galaxies, but whatever. It's a big month nonetheless because you have Apple releasing their devices in the third quarters of each year. You got Google releasing theirs in the third quarter of every year. Now you're going to have OnePlus and Oppo releasing their flagships in the third quarter of every year. So it's the most crucial 4 months out of the year, the June, July, August, and September months, right? So this is global smartphone sales through market share of the top 5 OEMs in the mobile industry. In blue, you have Samsung. In black, you have Apple. And then orange, you have Xiaomi. Green is Oppo. Blue is Vivo. And gray is others. So Google would fall in the gray. So it's kind of hard to specify and really narrow it down. But I have another article that we'll pull up that specifies it a little bit more specifically for the Pixel devices. So as you can tell, Samsung is pretty even steady right there on the bottom in blue. So out of these quarters, the last few years, they've sold 19, 21, 20, and 19% respectively. And then look at Apple. They're relatively the same. 15, it fluctuates slightly. 15, 17, 16, 16%. And then so on and so on. Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo. And then the others, which Google is in, is slowly increasing in the market share, right? With 34%, coming up from 30% in 2021. And the point of showing this is that this is a factual graph showing that the segment and or market that the Google Pixel is in is increasing market share. So let's pull up this article that specifically talks about the Pixel devices, right? So let me pull up, let's see here. So this article shows specifics with the Pixel. So Google Pixel sees its highest ever quarterly sales on the back of the Pixel 9 series launch. It says Google's never been a big player. Yes, we know that in the smartphone market. A new report from Counterpoint Research. Now, that's the graph that I just showed. It was from Counterpoint Research. I'm going to link that article, that news source, that data source from Counterpoint Research in the description of this video. But I'm going to do it. Shame on me. I should have done it while setting the stream up. But I'll do it right as soon as this is over. I'll put that link in the video. So if you want to check out the official data, come back to the video a few minutes after this is over and click that link in the description. So that new report, which shows smartphone market share as a whole in the third quarter of this year, 2024, saw an uptick of 2%, which is really good news. And I know it's 1%, 2%, but when you're talking it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're talking about industries that generates billions upon billions of dollars in revenue, 1%, 2% is a lot. That equates for billions of dollars, right? Like even 0.5% is a lot, right? That's just a fact. But 2% is really, really good news, and Google is definitely increasing that number with the release of the Pixel devices. The top 5 smartphone makers continue to hold steadily, with Samsung at the top, down to 19% market share, and then Apple was at 16% market share. Oppo and Vivo, yes, we all know that. Outside the top contenders, there are some interesting stats. So Counterpoint says that both Motorola and Huawei are seeing roughly a 30% year-over-year growth on the global stage. 30% year-over-year growth for Motorola and Huawei, which is crazy to me because I don't know one person that has a Motorola or Huawei phone. Now, I used to buy Motorola devices all the time. Like when I was talking about the Pixel 3a, I used to buy them all the time. What is it? The Z2, the Z3, the Z4, the Motorola? That was a badass phone. But they never update their phones, so I stopped buying them, right? But I think they're striving in the mid-range phone. I think they're making strides in the lower end, meaning the non-flagship devices, meaning it has lesser specs, right? Motorola saw its highest ever sell-through volume in the quarter. Highest ever. What the hell? What phone do they got that they're selling that much of? I have no idea. Now, the same can be said for the Pixel. While there's no specific numbers to share, meaning like Google Pixel sold 3.2 million Pixel 9 series devices. There's no nice round number we can grab onto because technically they don't have to share that, right? But we can tell by market share in companies that do this type of research, right? By Counterpoint. So Counterpoint says Google saw its highest ever smartphone volumes in quarter 3 of this year. This comes on the back of 2 separate launches in May, just a couple of months prior to quarter 3 start. Pixel 8a launched with sales becoming more common through July and the rest of the summer. Meanwhile, in August, Google launched the Pixel 9 series, which was clearly made an impact. Again, no specific numbers, but with this being the highest quarter Google has ever recorded, it's pretty obvious that the Pixel 9 series has something to do with it. And that's what I'm saying. There's no specific number we can hold on to, like saying, oh, they sold, as I mentioned, 2.7 million Pixel 9 devices. We don't know. However, this company, repeating myself, this company, that's their job. That's all they do is report on the mobile device industry as far as sales go. I knew it was going to be a good one. I knew, and here's how you can kind of tell. So, but I say kind of loosely because you kind of don't. However, when you go to order these, when these launch, how are these sold out? Is that color you want? Is it sold out for 3 weeks? Is it on back order? Right? That's the thing with this Apple. Everybody says, oh, these Apple 16 series are not selling well. Well, shit, they've been on back order for months. Now, it all depends, that X factor, it all depends on how many they manufacture. So, sure, if they manufacture 3 million of them, I'm talking about Apple, not Google. If Apple only manufactures 3 million iPhone 16 series devices, yeah, it's gonna be back ordered for like 6 months, right? And now, if they manufacture 30 million iPhone 16 series devices, well, they'll never be on back order because they have a warehouse full of iPhones to ship out. So it's kind of hard to gauge, right? And that's where these companies hire, I'm talking about Apple and Google for their mobile devices, they hire contract companies like Centerpoint, who all they do is market research on smartphone sales. They hire them privately, and they won't put these reports out. These are private reports that they'll contract somebody to study the market share. So in whatever the results of those findings, Apple will know how many iPhone 16 series to manufacture at the very beginning, right? Apple doesn't want to or Google doesn't want to manufacture 10 million Pixel phones if these pre-sale research companies put in their results and they estimate you're going to sell roughly 4 million of Pixel 9 series devices in this third quarter. So if you're only going to sell a few million of them, why would Google manufacture 10 million Pixel 9 series when these research companies think they're only going to sell, one thinks you're going to sell 3 million, the other one thinks you're going to sell 2 million. See what I'm saying? So it's very, very strategic. They have many people a lot smarter than me doing this research and doing these estimations because you don't want to produce too many, manufacture too many, because you're going to have a whole lot left over and you're going to waste money. But you don't want to manufacture and produce only a little bit because then you're going to have back orders for days, and people like myself will get fed up waiting a month for a phone and just go buy something else. See what I'm saying? You want it to be just right, where if you think you're going to sell 4 million pixels in the third quarter of 2024, well, you want to produce 4 million, or you want to manufacture maybe just slightly less. Somewhere, they have a ballpark, right? Maybe 1 or 2% more or less than what these companies think that you'll sell. So it's very, very strategic. Definitely don't want to produce too many, though, right? Because you can always produce more if you need more, but you can't just throw them away if you produce too many. You're going to be wasting money. So you always produce a little less than what you think you're going to sell because you can always produce more and more and more if the demand is there, right? It's all supply and demand. Economics 101. In 2023, Google hit a milestone of shipping 10 million Pixel devices. So that was the Pixel 8 series. They sold 10 million in 1 year. And kicked off 2024 being named the best smartphone at Mobile World Congress. Google has also seen explosive growth in Japan, as we were just talking about, and this is and is also seeing stronger adoption in North America. That's the end of the article. But so if Google sold 10 million Pixel 8 series devices in the year 2023, and what are they up? 2%? And it's a slow growth, right? If they sold 10 million Pixel 9 series devices in 2023, I don't expect them to sell 20 million in 2024. But is 12 million too much to, as far as a goal to hit for Google? Is 12 million too much if they see steady growth, or maybe too much? Okay, so what about 11.2 million or 11 million, right? We won't know this for probably this time next year, right? Or months down the road. We won't know how many phones they've sold we only got a couple months left in the year. We'll probably hear something as far as sales wise, as far as how many total number of units they've sold for the Pixel 9 series. You probably won't get or see those reports until maybe February or March of 2025, right? I'm guessing it's probably going to be 11.5 million. I'm guessing, right? And that's steady growth. That's real growth. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. I mean, Samsung is now, obviously they sell bigger volume, but Samsung would be envious, right, of the growth. They would love to have that growth that Google's having with their devices. Even Apple's staying pretty steady on market share. They would absolutely love to have Google's market. Every company. In fact, I'm not sure right this second, but as of a few months ago, Google was the best growing as far as market share. In fact, I believe they are right now, from what this report is saying, out of any cell phone company. Oh, I take that back. Motorola. Well, not market share. That was just total number of devices. But anyways, I'm expecting Google to sell probably this, again, it's a report, and I'm going to stay on top of it because I find this stuff interesting. Probably in February or March, we'll know, right? How many we'll get reports as far as total number of devices. I'm expecting 11.5 million, something like that. So that's good news rolling into the Pixel 10 series, because that, I guarantee you, will be their highest seller. They're going to have a big rollout. It's going to be a big deal. Now with Google making their own CPU, just like Apple, right? I love to hate on Apple and love to troll them, but obviously praise them for stuff they do good. And you absolutely cannot dog on them for just their dominance in the mobile phone industry. They just dominated sales here in the US and have a large grip of market share worldwide. So I'll keep an eye on this, and we'll definitely let you know what the numbers look like moving forward here in the future. I gotta run. I'm almost at an hour and went way over my my time here. Mr. Vacuum, interesting name. How many have they sold? We don't know yet, and that's the reporter saying it was just market share, and we won't know how many they have sold. Total number of phones they have sold probably until in a few more months, right? You got to let the year finish out, and then they do their numbers, run their numbers. These companies, all these research companies, that's all they do. They'll run their reports and estimations, and then we should get a whole number as far as Pixel 9s sold. Total number probably early next year, right? So we're still a few months away, but market share looks strong, which meaning they're on their way to surpass their record 10 million pixels or phones sold from last year. So that's why I'm guessing this year is probably going to be 11.5 million, something like that. Ah, man, I used to love Motorola too. Man, I had all those phones and those little, what they call Moto mods. I had all that stuff, man. Pixel 8 phones were 10 million. 10 million Pixel 8, and that includes Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro, Pixel Fold. That's included in the Pixel 8 series because it was released in the year of 2023, right? And I believe that includes the Pixel 8A. But that didn't that see, the A series is a weird thing. It's got the name, you would think it's part of the A series, but it comes out in the following year 6 months later. So I don't know how if they classify that as an 8 series, or since it was released, Pixel 8A was released in 2000. It was released this year in 2024. Well, from, you know what I bet? I bet the A series, whatever year, so the Pixel 8A will get bundled in with the Pixel 9 series. Not in this report, but I'm talking total number of Pixel phones sold in the year of 2024. The 8A was launched in 2024. The Pixel 9 series was launched in 2024. So I bet they combine those. So looks like a very strong year for Google. They also had the Edge Ultra model. It comes with 1 terabyte. I remember that. Do y'all remember that Xiaomi, the Pixel... No, it was Nexus 6. Y'all remember how big that thing was? Oh, wait, 6... No, it wasn't the 6P. That was Huawei. It was a Motorola phone. One of the Nexus phone. Towards the end, it was a big ass Motorola phone. I gotta run. These cats are about to drive me crazy. I do appreciate the time, and I'm gonna put a poll on community post poll asking you what time works best for y'all as far as me starting the show at the same time every single day. So I'll put a poll out there, meaning like 12 p.m. Central Standard, 1 p.m. Central Standard, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and just simply vote however is more convenient for you to watch this live, right? So if 2 p.m. is the best time, you got a lunch break, or you get off at 1 and 2 would be perfect right when you get home, then put 2. Because I'm going to start this at the same time every single day moving forward. But I need your input. I want to make it most convenient for you, the viewer. So let me get out of here. I do appreciate the time. Please, everybody, have a wonderful Friday afternoon, evening. Please be safe. And I might just go get a new Snapdragon X Elite machine right now. So stay tuned. I may have a unboxing video later tomorrow morning, and check it out. But yeah, I think thinking about it. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'll just say that. Stay tuned. I'll definitely see y'all tomorrow, though. For sure, I'll see y'all tomorrow. So please take care, and we'll hit you up tomorrow. Peace out. Evening works. What works best for you, Brian? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll see what the numbers say. I'll do the community post right now, get that together, put it out. So please vote on that, whatever time works best for you. And then I'm going to put a link for that market research result. I'm going to put a link for that in the video description. So if you want to check out the official details and information, come back to this video in about 5 minutes, and I'll have the link there for y'all. Peace out, guys. Thank you very much. It really means a lot to see y'all come by every day. I really appreciate it. Peace.